that didn't just happen. Please tell me that didn't just happen. A Yonkou alliance? What's up, YouTubers of the world? megageekmixer here to review to you guys chapter 954 of One Piece. The chapter for this week was crazy. It had all sorts of things going for us, showing us everything that was happening on the rebellion side. Well, at the end, they were showing us finally a few of the things we don't know on the enemy side. One of them, which was totally, I don't think any of us were thinking would happen, or were praying it didn't happen, and that was Kaido and Big Mom form an alliance. This is not good, and I do mean this is not good at all. Definitely not good, because if Luffy and the others, they don't know this, and then once Orochi finds out about this, he'll be even more of a dick. He'll be even more of an ass than he's already been, because seriously, look at how he already is with Kaido on protecting him. Now think about it, now that he has a pirate that deserves a pirate alliance between two Yonkos. Imagine how much of an ass he's going to be then. I mean, he's already at the pretty much world noble level, but he'll go even crazier with this. But even with that, though, it's not just the Yonkou alliance that's something here. You see, at the end of the chapter, while Apu was going over to the banquet and others were all going over to the banquet, being ready for the banquet, which is in 5 days now because time really passed by in this chapter. You see, there were two little kids that were saying the numbers of Onigashima are here, and that they needed to, and they were running away because they were scared that they would be eaten. And we didn't exactly get a good physical look at them. We just got to see their shadows through the clouds and smokes. And whoever these guys are, they are obviously maybe mythical zone users or ancient zone users, or just plain out crazy humanoid monsters. And if you're gonna have a team like that on your army against the rebellion, let's hope these guys are training hard and well, because they're gonna need all the training they can get, as we're not too far away from the final battle. I mean, seriously, the final battle is just exploding. But with that all said, though, for the Yonkou side of things, how about we get into what we were left off with in last chapter? And that was in the fact that Hiyori was going to give Zoro one of her father's sword, the Inima, the sword that was able to give Kaido his one and only scar. So, most people, before this chapter came out, most people were thinking Zoro wouldn't trade that sword up. Me, I didn't know really what to think, though, especially considering how Zoro seemed to be attached to the Shisui as well. I was thinking he probably might, he probably wouldn't, but it turns out he is. He's going to give the sword back in exchange for Inima. But it's not just that. We also learned from Hiyori that her father used a two-sword style where he had two swords, and one of them belongs to Hiyori while the other one belongs to Momonosuke. So Hiyori has the Inima, while Momonosuke has, I can't pronounce that in Japanese, but it literally means snake slayer. And what that is the sword that admits that Susanoo used to slay Yamatama Norochi. So this is, and the fact that that's the sword that Momonosuke has, that's making me think that he will deal the final blow to Orochi, because as you know, Orochi, he's a mythical zone user himself, and his mythical zone is the Yamatama Orochi. So think about it here. If Momonosuke has the Snake Slayer sword along the sword that in myths cut down the Yamatama Orochi from the Susanoo's blade, there you go, man. There it is right there. And it's either Momonosuke or Momonosuke gives Zoro his blade, like borrow it for him, let Zoro borrow it, and Zoro uses it along with Inima to slay Orochi. But but I'm still thinking that that might have to still be safe for Momonosuke and Hiyori. Don't get me wrong. If Zoro would, I know Zoro would be able to knock Orochi out with those two swords if he wanted to. But I think he's being safe for Kaido, because as I've said, as many others have said, it's going to take Luffy, Zoro, and many other captains to work together to bring this guy down. Because we're talking about a dragon here who barely feels anything from physical attacks. He just lets people have their fun, and he just gets back up like nothing happened at all. And speaking of Luffy, in this chapter, he's training right now, training his advanced Bashoku Haki so he can be ready to take on Kaido. And you better be getting ready quick there. But yes, but as for Zoro, either way, whether he's the one who deals the final blow or battles Orochi, I can definitely see him really giving Orochi a run for his money. But it's a battle between Kaido that I'm looking forward to with Zoro, because the fact that Inimon, that sword that Hiyori has, is the only sword to ever give Kaido his scar, just makes me, along with everyone else out there who's a One Piece fan, no doubt about it, saying that yes, we can finally see Zoro take on a Yonkou and actually deal some damage and see how badass he really is. Because let's be honest, we have not seen the full potential of Zoro's training ever since the time skip. We've only seen little small portions of it, and so we haven't seen the full potential of it. And the fact that we're getting so many crazy enemies, such as these numbers of Onigashima and Kaido and Big Mom now in Alliance, we got a good chance of finally seeing Zoro and the full potential of the training he learned from Mihawk. This is so psyched, I just can't believe it. But bear in mind, though, people like Kawamatsu don't know if they can trust Zoro, but Kawamatsu hasn't been around Hiyori enough to know that she trusts Zoro completely. I mean, the fact that she's doing that. But now that we got that out of the way, why don't we move on to other things we learned here? First off, I knew it from the start, right off the bat, that Law was just tricking the Hawkins. He has escaped, and now he beat up Hawkins, and in that time he got information out of Hawkins as to how he ended up with Kaido. And no surprise to it, what it was that the Kid, Apu, and Hawkins alliance was all just a ploy so Kaido could come and try to get them to work with him, because it turns out Apu all along was working with Kaido. He never wanted the alliance to go through. He was just in there as a spy for Kaido, and then when the time was right, Kaido would come in and he would try to get Hawkins and Kid to join him. Hawkins joined, while Kid and Killer, who are pretty much like Luffy, doesn't want anyone to be their boss, is like saying, no, we're not going to be, and that's how Kid and Killer ended up being where they are. But we also finally learned about where the Kid Pirates are. It seems they're under Orochi's thumbs right now, so that means sometime around when the timing is right, we'll finally see the Kid Pirates be free somehow, and then they will get their revenge on Kaido and Orochi. But speaking of not just that, we find also out that that Trafalgar Law got help escaping from a shadow figure. And while we didn't exactly get a good look at the shadow figure, we just got to see its legs, and from the looks of it, I'm guessing that is X-Drake. If it is, what's X-Drake's endgame? Did he truly want to form an alliance with Kaido? Or is he just waiting for the right opportunity like Blackbeard did to make his move? That's my guess. Either way, all we know is Law's escaped and now he's off to do whatever. I think he's going back to join up with the rebellions, who all, by the way, have all finally gathered and are explaining their new strategy. You guys remember the change in the rebellion card? Well, it turns out the reason, now as y'all know, it changed from the snake having no legs to having legs, and that was Yasui's decision. And what it is a puzzle. You see, that symbol actually is like a little drawing, is like another drawing of what the map of Wano is. And instead of where they were going to meet was Hakubu, which is lizard, the harbor, they're going to switch now to Tokage, which is lit. No, wait. Oh, now I remember. Habu is Viper Harbor, while Takage is Lizard Harbor. So they switched their location so the enemy won't find them. It was supposed to be Viper Harbor, but now it's gonna be Lizard Harbor. So that's where the location has changed. And with that being said, everyone who has gathered is now preparing for war. But we also learned of something interesting from Kinemon. We learned that there's another way to get to Wano, but the other way has to be through Kaido or Orochi. So people who aren't working for them, they're going to have to always go the way that the Straw Hats came through, while everyone who works for them, they can go through a little cave that's under a waterfall and just get elevated up to Onigashima. But it also seems as that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to go through that entrance. Well, good luck on that end. That's all I say. But definitely, guys, what a lot of stuff we got here. And now just 5 days away until the final battle where the Fire Festival is at. One's got to wonder, what more are we getting here? We're finally getting a little into enemies and enemies line of their army, like all the people they have and the power behind some of these people. One's gotta wonder what's gonna happen. I am so psyched. Unfortunately, though, we're on break next week. Man, I mean, seriously. But, you know what? That's fine. I've gotten long used to it, but it doesn't mean sometimes I can get a downer out of it. But definitely, guys, great chapter of information and things to look forward to. If I'm to give it a score out of 5, I'd probably say 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 stars, because information was good and stuff, but I don't know, something missing there that I was kind of maybe wanting, but you know, that's okay. We still got some good info here. And until then, guys, that'll be all for today. If you enjoy my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. Until then, Mega Geek Mixer signing out. Bye!